Jump right over. All right.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, I'm Jordan.
And I'm Lex, and the original camera didn't kick off, so I guess we're starting over here. Camera number one today.
That's one thing we didn't test on the pre-show.
Nice.
All right.
Today is Stump the Drunk, Stump the Chump, Q&A.
We are both chumps and drunk.
Well, I'm definitely the chump part of that one. But
All right.
all right, I guess we're keeping score today. Colby's starting at -50 if I get my way, which I never do, so I guess we got a question?
We're hoping.
Maybe, maybe not.
Dear Lex, Jordan, and the assumed winner of the game, Colby, is there a way to create schedules for Wake on LAN in deploy? Sincerely, Christine R.
Like Wake on LAN, like...
Are we just trying to wake machines up on a schedule?
Yeah, I think so. That's
Okay, so this is how I would do that. I'd make a package, and I'd do a command step in there, and I'd do the all infamous dir command. Am I typing a dir there, buddy?
I contributed.
Contribute. Name that step. I did a dir or something. Dir some more. And then, can we at the package level indicate this needs to be a, or do we need to set?
I think it's the offline settings.
There we go. Send a wake on LAN.
Right.
And then you schedule that to go out, and that will wake machines up, or attempt to.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you have something outside of a dir, you need to wake it up to deploy a certain package, just whatever it is that package you built is, just you can set that setting there and it should wake up for you.
Absolutely.
And I believe you can set that at the schedule level as well.
Well, let's save this and find out. Ooh, new package.
Colby gunning for
Gunning for my points.
Yeah, who got that point?
Oh, Lex.
Yeah,
Lex
that
got
would be
it.
like a
Yep, there
tenth
it
of a
is.
point for me.
Yep.
So yes, you
I
can.
think
do
we're
the
only doing
schedule.
integers here.
Integers.
And because Colby chimed in, I get 10 times the points.
Sorry.
Right now, okay.
Dear Lex, Colby, and Jordan, is there a way to have a device let PDQ know it is on and ready to receive deployments and scans? Sincerely, David B.
So, I mean, if you have inventory, there's the heartbeat, which I think is there's a shortcut for Control H or Control Shift H. We're going to look up the shortcut here. Yeah, just Control H on the heartbeat. So if you hover over computer and do that, it will go to check, make sure the machine's online, and that'll let you know if it's on.
In an attempt to steal his point, you can do multiples by selecting multiples and doing Control H.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it goes pretty quick for that one. Heartbeat
But to
comes
have
back
a
really fast.
device check in to do it, there is no way for the device itself to do that.
No, not that I know of.
We used to have an agent, but we removed it because we had too many issues with it.
Colby loses points for mentioning agent.
Yeah, Colby, negative.
But I do want to say Chris is over there, and he gets double points because he doesn't have a computer in front of him. So if he can answer something,
All
more power
right.
to him.
All right.
So we're going to the judges on that. Who gets that point?
Chris. I gave that point to Jordan.
All right. All right. Tied for first.
Dear Lex, Jordan, Chris, and Colby, man, this is getting long. I would like to filter deployments for just active ones. Is this possible? Sincerely, Doran. C.
Yeah, we have a pre-built collection that is basically only online machines that you could use for that one.
No, they want to see running deployments.
Oh, running deployments.
And yes, as of like
Misunderstood.
18.2, I think, we added a status column to deployments, and so now you can filter on that.
Oh. Look at that.
Deployments, status, boom.
Finished. Okay.
Yeah, and so if you click the little, I don't know what that thing is in the middle of the column,
Filtery thing.
yeah, now you can see running.
Since I said filtery thing, how
I
many?
think it's a funnel.
A pin.
Oh, was it a pin? I thought it was a funnel.
Do I?
It's a filtery thing.
I lose
A
points
funnel
for not
pin.
understanding the question.
I'm not even going to ask. What's next?
How can Colby help you next?
Dear Lex, Jordan, Colby, Chris, how can we install Firefox in a different language, such as French? Sincerely, Pierre.
Rock, paper, scissors. Yes, okay. What you need to do is download the Firefox in the French version and replace the one in our package with that, and then it'll go out in French.
Yeah, unfortunately, we only, since it's a different installer for different languages,
Yep.
we only provide English, so it won't auto update for you. You'll have to go and get the media every time.
Yep.
Should we show them where to find that?
Show
Off the
them where to
cuff?
find it.
You
Off
have,
the cuff.
do you have the skills to do this yourself?
Can we gougele that one? I like to say it that way because it sounds fancy.
It sounds French, but it's
Well,
definitely
I
not.
found the English one. All right, so select your preferred language. You can just select it from there.
Bulgarian.
Bulgarian?
Yeah.
Well, he said French.
French.
I'll get there. Oh, is that how it works? All right. So yeah, just there you get, and you can get the installer. Just all I did was research Firefox offline installer.
So download it. There it
you
is.
you don't want to
EXE.
use the stub that will download it for you. You need the full offline installer for it to work in the package.
FFIRE Firefox.
Oh,
Don't we use the MSI in the package?
Don't know. Let's find out. Been a little bit since I looked at this one.
Kobe would know the install media of random packages.
That doesn't mean you get a point for it, though, man. Or does it?
Firefox isn't random. It's a
I don't know,
fairly
that's-
popular package.
MSI? Yeah.
MSI.
So you'd replace that and need to put the silent parameters, which I think is either a /S or -MS. It's been a while. But again,
Yep.
that's where you'd replace that.
Should we deploy it?
In French?
You want to play in French?
Let's send it to JJ's machine.
No. Well, that's fine. It's Firefox.
Oh, we're
Alright.
good. We're good at this one.
So the reason it's all grayed out right now is it is an auto download package. You have to come down here and convert it to a standard package before you can swap out that media.
See how you are. You're buying for this point hard, aren't you?
I'm going for it.
All right.
Alright.
Then we're going to go grab said installer. I believe it probably landed in downloads. Probably not the best place to store it, but you know what?
So I did the exe. Sorry. So what do you think our silent parameters are?
Pretty sure it's a /S because I looked it up doing a demo yesterday, actually. Oh, don't do it there.
Don't do it there.
Don't do it there. Do it right there, man.
One thing to note is when you're looking at install switches, be aware that sometimes they're case sensitive.
Absolutely.
Just to call that out.
Yep. So you think capital or lowercase s?
It's capital. It is
Yeah,
capital.
I'm pretty sure
Thanks
it's
for calling that
capital.
out.
All right. Now the transform we have in there, if that's specific for MSI, this is still going to fail.
Could be interesting.
All right. So deploy this to.
Let's send it to Beth because I can uninstall it from Beth pretty easy.
All right.
Computers. Or you can just type Beth. I like that because it's easy one to type.
Well, if the collection's loaded faster for us, don't worry. Beth.
All computers.
You've
All right.
had too much
Boom.
to drink.
We are French now.
Yep. We're hoping.
Oui.
We are hoping. All right. Well, it hasn't failed yet.
Can I do the ha ha ha? Did I do it right? It hasn't failed yet.
So it is a copy.
Let's see if that MST file actually causes problems.
copy,
Yeah.
yeah.
You may have
Oh,
to take
and
that.
then, of course, Colby comes in with where you can download the MSI file. Real nice.
Ouch.
Real nice.
Thanks,
Play me
man.
in, Colby.
Très bien, Colby. Step 4. I think we did
It
it.
didn't fail. Let's should we remote in?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Check out Beth. There it is.
All right.
Chrome. Or Firefox.
Firefox.
No, I think Chrome. Got Chrome on mine.
No, so apparently no.
It's in the process of installing it. Let's go back and look at the...
New updates available. All right. Oh, what have I done?
You're like the
All right,
mad
so
bomber when
set-
it comes to clicking.
Said successful, and I'm not seeing it.
Fire.
Yeah. So yeah, use the MSI that Colby put
Yeah.
in the chat,
Do it properly like Kobe would do it.
and that's how you.
I
steal
just
a
remember
point.
that this is
Yeah.
this is live,
This
Yeah.
is, that's how you
So-
steal a point.
and I think Colby got the point
Yeah,
for that.
yeah, Colby steals the point.
And Kobe steals it by doing it right.
I mean, it didn't err.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And unfortunately, it's a little more work to find the MSI because they have to dig through Mozilla's FTP server. But if you do the MSI, then you can just drop it right into the existing package.
Boom.
That's right. Yep. I mean, it says successful, so I'm just going to count it. Yep. Next one.
Dear group of PDQ people, will you be making a library of PowerShell scripts like you have application updates? Sincerely, Rick Marks, not to be confused with singer-songwriter Richard Marks, who's right here waiting for
I thought it
you.
was Rick Martin. Rick,
So-
okay, so hey,
I
time
don't
out.
know. I don't
I'm
know.
gonna answer this the way I answer stuff to my kids a lot of time. Let's ask fate. Will we have a PowerShell library?
Well, let's-
No, I have
Oh,
more on
no,
this one.
you-
So we are coming out with the PowerShell scanner.
Yeah.
And we are in talks of having something, whether it's a Git or something else, where we have a repository of PowerShell you can use with our product. But that is not soon, I don't believe. I don't know how far out that is.
We can do a GitHub repository.
Yeah.
But I think this is not just the PowerShell scanner. This is
So just
Scripts.
PowerShell scripts
all
in
sorts
general.
of miscellaneous PowerShell scripts.
We already have some PowerShell scripts in the package library and the tools library.
Yeah.
I still like my method.
So currently I keep all of my PowerShell in poorly named folders that I have to find. So they're there.
Most of my PowerShell looks like his PowerShell. So, yeah.
Can I chime in real quick?
Yep.
Chris here. Hi. Whoever asked that question, thanks. I'd love to hear more feedback and ideas that you have from that. Shoot them over to us.
Alrighty then.
Hey guys, is there going to be driver updates added ever? Sincerely, Jer A.
I wouldn't say there never. Can't say never. Can't say I don't know.
I don't know what the roadmap is for adding.
Driver
Those
updates.
Is that something you can do and deploy now? If you wanted to do your own, roll out your own driver update?
It depends on the vendor, I would say. I
I
mean,
mean,
some of
if
them.
there's a
you can
silent
deploy
option,
silently,
yes.
But
Yeah, silent option, yes. You have to know if it's going to require a reboot or not. Like there's, I imagine it would be possible, but it's going to require customization per.
Now, the other thing is this, right? You think about how many different drivers, how many different, different hardware systems and all that come into that. That's really broad. I mean, that could be really a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Settle in, boys. It's going to be a long
Need
one.
my readers on for this one.
I recently had a problem, but this does start out like something you read in Reader's Digest, doesn't it?
What's
I
wrong?
recently had a problem with having a large database. I had my cleanup set to 60 days, but I had over 93,000 deployments it showed. I have turned it down to just 3 days for cleanup, but it still hasn't cleaned any out. I had since purged all that data manually, by the way. Ouch! What is the cleanup routine timing? Every 24 hours or something? It doesn't appear to be immediate. Thanks. Anonymous.
And don't hit me with the reading stuff. Thank you.
Oh, there's the cleanup right there.
What? Right there.
Toward the top.
Better underline it because I went
there.
past it 3 times.
Yeah, so that controls how old a deployment has to be before it's removed. But as far as when the cleanup runs, I'm not entirely sure. But I think I recall one of our developers saying that it runs like 2 hours after you restart the service. I don't know if you just leave it running, if that's like every day or something. It's something we'd have to ask our developers about.
So if you bounce the background service, it should
You should delete the old ones.
within.
Yeah,
Hours
after like
or
a couple hours,
Okay.
I believe.
But beyond that, we'd have to check, guys.
Yeah.
Looks like Colby got the point on that one again.
Yeah. Shocker.
Hey, I did a good summary of what he said.
He clicked on deployments like 5 times.
I did.
And just to give you all a point update, believe it or not, we have a 3-way tie right now.
Really?
We do.
Okay,
Chris?
there's 4 of us here.
Chris
So
needs to
who's in-
step it up. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm giving other people the options to talk first.
But he gets his double points, right?
That's right. He does.
Wow, he's the-
Chris, you could be in this with one question.
All right.
All right. Hey guys, how do I manage out-of-network machines whom do not require a VPN to work? Sincerely, Jerry.
So we have, although the blog we wrote on have to do with the VPN.
Yeah.
So I guess if your machine's not on the VPN, does it still have access to your network in some way? Like,
I would hope not.
yeah,
I mean,
but so unfortunately for deployed work, it's going to have to be able to connect to your network some way through a VPN or other means.
ultimately, if you want to take care of them, you're going to have to set heartbeat schedules, and they're eventually going to have to hit your network for deployed inventory to take care of them, get scans, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
If they never hit your network, they're out. Tatooine, man, you're never going to get to them. So
Yeah, so it's not just to access it, but it has to have an entry in DNS for our products to work with it. So it has
Well,
to-
or an IP address. Just
An
throw it
IP
out there. It does not
address,
have
yeah.
to have a DNS entry.
yeah.
So, again, there's got to be a path to actually talk to it, transfer files,
Right.
do that kind of thing. If the path's not there, Can't do it.
Yeah, so without VPN, I don't see it working. With VPN, I think we have some content coming out, a video and a blog on how to set up with a VPN for you on that one.
All right, I'm going to let you guys rate yourselves.
Who got the point?
Who got that point?
Oh, definitely me.
Well, the
Unless you
No,
think him
no.
or the other guy.
Be honest.
the answer was really
Did we?
Chris.
can't
We'll give it
do
to Chris.
that.
I was
so
going to
we
say,
didn't
I'm
really
just going to give it
him
to Chris.
Give it to
Yeah.
Chris.
All right. Did we stump everyone?
Yeah,
Aside from Chris? He doesn't have a machine in front of him?
it's not so much for stumped as you can't.
You
I mean,
can't.
there's
So
1,000
every
ways to
situation is
talk
going to be
about how
different.
you can't do it.
You configure VPN. You configure always on VPN. You have to be able to communicate with the network where the deploy installation is configured. Like you have to have that some means.
Congrats, Chris.
Jerry says we each get half points.
We now have a 4-way tie. Excellent. Dear PDQ peeps, does running my machine as client in central server/client versus local mode use the same amount of resources on my machine? Sincerely, Danny G.
I'm going to answer it.
Right.
I want the point for I don't know. So I don't know. I
Doesn't
really
count.
don't.
So if I was, and this is great grain of salt, my imagine is depending on if you have pull or push on how it gets out there is going to change that, but I don't know how much.
I don't think that's even going to matter.
It's not?
Because ultimately everything runs off the server.
Oh, yeah.
All you're doing is taking a look at what's on the server. So probably less,
So
logically. Would
do you trust the cost jumps of your network? That
Wow, that you're stretching for points, man.
No, I'm not stretching for points.
Kobe just over there, it's
saying
like, the
words.
look on his face is like, shut up, both of
No.
you, let me answer.
Yeah.
As far as CPU and memory, client mode is lighter because it does not have a service.
You just gave it to him, didn't they? Dang it.
That's why you don't go to Kobe.
That's right. What he said, what I said, only different.
Only better.
Yeah, only better.
Ouch.
Only in a way that could be understood by people.
And gets points, right?
Yeah.
Colby pulls into the lead. Dear Lex, Jordan, Colby, Chris, and anyone else who wants to play, how do I filter out machines in inventory that are not in the network anymore but still showing and repopulating? Sincerely, Jerry A.
Mike's got the mouse. So.
You go clean up. Oh, that's not going to do it. There we go.
So he's going to our DNS.
Here, I'm actually going to Active Directory.
You know what? You want me to try to type this live?
Yeah, don't do it. All right, you go to your Active Directory, okay? And if you disable them in Active Directory, just make sure in inventory, you're under Options, Preferences, Active Directory Sync. You don't sync disabled computers, and they will come out. You should consider probably cleaning up Active Directory, but that, if you're syncing them from Active Directory, that's where they're coming from. If you manually put them in, you're going to have to manually pop them out.
Yep. Yeah. If you don't want to remove those machines for Active Directory, for if there's some policy that you can move the machines into an OU that's separate from everything else, and just don't include that in your AD sync.
Exclude the container, yep. So,
Yep.
And Shane just put out a blog post with a couple more options as well.
so Shane got that point? Shane, he's not even here. He's doing better than us.
Shane now has 3 points because he's not even here and he's winning. There you go. Hey guys, when, if ever, are you going to add rollups or feature updates for machines? Also, any Linux or Mac support in the future? Jerry.
So the feature updates, we have customers that have set that up, that they talk about how they did it in the blog. We don't do that ourselves because we can't vouch for the work all the time. So our blog has how you can do it, but we just don't want to put it out there as we're kind of backing it as this will work, because there's just too many variables in the feature update.
Basically what that means is if it reboots, we can't suppress the reboot in the middle of the feature upgrade. And if it times out, it says it failed when it actually probably finished. So as for adding them, maybe in the future, I don't know. That's my favorite answer to that kind of stuff.
Based on the response we got when we talked about doing a video about it, I'm going to say it's probably not going to happen.
Probably not? Okay.
I have more.
Oh, Chris.
Oh,
has
Chris? Okay, here it is. Gonna
Like,
steal
waiting
the
for
point.
the lull in talk here. Give everybody a chance. You also mentioned rollups, I believe. Again, I don't have a screen in front of me. I'm going off memory here. So speaking of rollups, like Internet Explorer or .NET rollup updates, those are surprisingly difficult to pull apart from WSUS because of all the customization that's in those that you have to account for. I know that we've spent a significant time researching that, but it became quickly Mr. Carroll's rabbit hole and was very, very, very challenging. So I'd love to hear if anybody has any suggestions on that and then can overcome that, because that was challenging. That's a hard one. So anyway.
You know, I strategically sidestepped that.
Good.
Thanks.
It's a tough one. Those
It
roll-ups
absolutely
can
is.
be a royal pain, because especially that .NET one. I remember looking at it with I think Katie at one point, and it just gets so crazy, spiraled off so fast because of similar names but completely different installation paths. So anyway.
Also, thankfully, .NET updates are included in Windows 10 cumulative updates now. Not Windows 8 and Server 2012, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And as far as Linux and Mac, no plans that I know of right now.
I think that
It's
All right.
not
a lot of
off.
back-end stuff.
It's, you know, I'm going to answer the way I answer everything in the future. Yeah, it's possible.
And we have Chris, who just scored double points, and we gave Colby one too. 'Cause that
What?
was a great addition, Colby. Well done.
What is that?
You know, I think they stacked this against us.
I
man.
answered that one.
I answered the other half of that one.
All right, well, give each of you a half a point then.
And
And we're
Chris,
rounding down.
Chris picked the meat off the bones, and Colby made stew. I mean,
Thanks for the answer. Let me add just a small amount of stuff on top of it.
steal your points.
Hey guys, is there a way to get notified when new applications are detected, installed, from the previous scan? Sincerely, Kevin.
So we don't keep
Historical data.
data. It keeps the database smaller. So, I mean,
Okay.
I can't think of anything on top of my head.
Oh, I can
All
tell you. Okay, this gets asked me a lot. The way you do that, okay, and it's not easy. Basically, what you do is you pump out an applications report every week, and then either on the back end you have to look at it or write a process on the back end to do it. So
What a diff.
we can get the information out in a timely manner for you, but making that comparison, we don't do natively. You'll have to do that. So.
Unless you know the applications. Sorry.
Are you?
I'm sorry.
You're just trying to steal
Okay.
points at this point.
My brain goes this way, and
Okay,
so
go ahead,
I have a
man.
thought I have to think. So if you're expecting applications, so there's two different here. Like Lex is the perfect case for like 90% of the time. But if you actually have applications that you're installing or someone's installing, you're expecting someone to go through and install whatever, some big installation. It's going to take weeks to install. You can create a collection based off that and just kind of see as they trickle in and base things off that. But I mean, if you're to Lex's point, if you don't know what's there, you just want to know if something's new, then report's the best way. Anyway, sorry. Boop.
That
was
better
nice.
be my point. That's
You
all I
got
gotta
Lex.
say.
You got a point, but I'm giving Chris 1 point as well,
Hooray.
So
which
what
is
we need to
half
do-
points for Chris because he normally gets 2.
Here's what we'll do. We'll just stare dumbly at the camera until they answer. We'll add just a
Something
tiny
afterwards.
bit of data.
We're gonna try
We'll start
this
stealing
next
some
one. Let's
points.
do it. Okay.
There is a strategy to this, guys. There is.
We're gonna
All
try
right.
this.
Guys, is there a way to have certain applications set to auto-approve while other applications need to be manually approved? Kevin.
Colby?
Go ahead, man. We're gonna add after the fact and take points and go for it.
Oh, you're actually going to give me this one? Oh, thank you.
No, we're letting you answer. We're going to add
We're
small
gonna add
amount of data
something
and
afterwards
still.
and steal the point.
Yes, it is possible to control the approval window on each package that you download. There's a global default in preferences, but once a package has been downloaded, you can control it per package.
I'm getting there.
Alright.
I'm getting there.
All right, so Lex, why don't you show them in the settings where it's at?
So I just showed you the global setting, and to steal the point right here is where you would do it at the package level.
All right. Nice point, Lex.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Are you guys glad that I answered that for you? Are you just laughing over there? I want to hear it. Did I get the point? Did we get the point?
Colby got 2 points.
This is definitely a one-way system here.
This
guys
is
got
so
some.
stacked against us.
We'll tally it up later. Guys, with auto reports in inventory, can you have the report convey the information in the email or only as an attachment? Sincerely, the fabulous Billy Z.
Okay, can you have it convey the information in the
The one
report?
in the body of the email instead of an attachment.
Oh,
No.
don't.
I'll be honest, I'm not even going to add to the end of Colby's answer.
I am. Go ahead, Colby. I'm going to add something to the end of it.
No, it is not currently possible to do that. You currently have to have an attachment. This is something that has been requested frequently and something I'm pushing for internally, but currently it is not possible to put that in the body of the email.
I have something to add to that. It's going to come as an attachment. Did I get the point?
Well played.
Did I get the point?
Well played.
Did I get it?
No.
At that point, did you add to it or just kind of reiterate what
Time
was
out.
said?
I had points taken for a summary. Come on. Dang it. How much are you paying him, Colby? Honestly.
More than you.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay.
Hey guys, is there a way to have individual computers removed from the all computers group in inventory? Thanks, Brian.
Not without removing them from inventory completely.
Yeah.
Oh, put some tape over your monitor.
Time out. I want to add something to that.
Jordan
I
already
got
got the
nothing,
point.
man. I got nothing to add to that.
I guess I'd be kind of curious why you want to remove it from all computers. So if you could write to us either on the forum or send a ticket into support, we may be able to work with you to figure out what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah,
I may be able to help you with that.
4 points to Colby.
If we pull up the next question.
I was
To
getting
piggyback
5.
on my previous question, the computers are still part of the network and cannot be moved to a new OU.
Ooh. So I'm trying to remember that exact question. That's the one about when a computer's no longer there, remove. Well, what's the previous question? What's it building on?
Keep flailing there, man. Keep flailing.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to remember the other
No.
question.
Remove from all computers?
No, it's a different one.
Here's
All
the
right, so-
previous question. Is there a way to have individual computers removed from the all computers group in inventory?
Oh, so it was back-to-back questions. I thought it was from
Yeah,
the
back to
earlier
back.
one about removing them. Okay.
I think this is all part of like old computers. We said disable them in AD or put them in a different OU. I think this might all be part of that. And in that case, I think like one of the last things that Shane mentions in his blog is if you can put the computers in a security group, you can exclude that from AD sync in inventory.
I guess they need to be in inventory for that.
While they're both also looking at that, I mean, if you really want to go really crazy with this, you can also filter on the columns, but I don't recommend doing that full time because you're going to forget that you have a filter on the column. But that's also possible if you have a
It seems
column
like
with value to filter on.
it'd just be easier to build a new collection
I agree.
that fits the needs that you want.
Agreed.
I got nothing to add. Can I get points for saying that?
Yes, actually, I've given everyone points on that question, including Shane, because I know he would know the answer to that.
He's not even here.
And he's
beating
not
us.
here.
Yeah.
So well done, Shane. Hey guys, back to the driver question. Since inventory gathers the make and models of machines, couldn't that be a detection tool? Thanks, Jerry A.
The difficulty in providing driver packages isn't so much the detection part. It's more on our end. There would be a lot of work in providing drivers for like every model of every manufacturer, and yeah.
Which
So basically, he's quoting me from saying earlier that's a lot of work.
So,
Just trying to steal, man.
yeah, I guess if we switch to Mac, then they allow 3 pieces of hardware.
well, not even that, but even different versions of the same manufacturer
Yes.
sometimes changes the switches for the installation. Like I remember running into this when I was writing up some blogs around some Intel stuff and just being super frustrated because I got some resources from a previous version that worked great, but the newer version that said, hey, use this, did not work at all. So anyway.
Hey guys, how can I tell which computers have the personal install of Google Chrome and which ones have the enterprise? I used Ninite to install a bunch of apps on my gold image and it installs into program files. So I'm guessing that's why GPO for Chrome is not working? Maybe?
Yes, so, I mean, one way is it's kind of answered in there. If it's in program files where it's in a different location, you can use the locations installed. If enterprise installs in a different spot, I'm not sure. Chris is raising his hand.
Just because it's in add remove programs doesn't mean it's not individual for that user. Once that user's registry hive's loaded, all the per user installations will show up in their add remove programs when they're logged on. So that's not a guarantee whether it's per user or not. I mean, if it is per machine, yeah, you should be able to identify that. But Chrome can be fun around that. I believe we have one of our, if it's still in the package library, because it was written probably in a drunken stupor by me once upon a time, the shotgun approach to uninstalling Chrome per user. That was a package in the package library, but it's very forced removal of all the different files and registry entries over there. So just be aware, be careful.
Well, you typed fire in the search.
Yeah,
I typed fire in the search back when you did it.
I'm not going to.
Per user, there we go.
All right.
That was when we were doing French.
It's wee.
All right. So, if I'm not mistaken, when you did the per user one, did that involve like loading the registry? Like, there's a lot of stuff that you said we don't recommend you do, right? Or is that?
Yes. So this one is, all things considered, relatively safe compared to other methods. This one just blasts out individual things, but yes, if we are loading registries to do this, I don't think, I can't recall if I did that in this Chrome one per user. I think it actually just goes and removes specific directories and registries that are available outside that, but I may have, I know in the Firefox one that I did, but anyway, it's been a long time since I did that, so it's not quite in the forefront of my memory, but if you do have to load that registry, be aware that ntuser.dat file, you can corrupt that very easily if stuff happens while you're doing that.
Hey guys, can you view historical/previous scan results? Thanks, Chris with a C.
I'll take this one.
All right.
No. And yeah, we just
Point
don't keep
to
the history,
Lex.
guys. We just don't keep the history. Thank you for graciously letting me have a point.
Nice layup, Lex.
He raised his hand. It would have been rude to ignore that.
First time in my life, actually. I usually shout, hey.
All right, guys, is there an option in inventory to pull your collection for DNS settings? Thanks, Brian.
Why I don't.
Pull, okay. So can we do are we looking for a scanner for DNS settings?
That's my assumption.
Is that, okay. If that's the case, you could probably I'd look at the registry, possibly look in WMI to get that information. So you build the scanner, I imagine you could probably pull that info.
Yeah, we don't know exactly where to look for that.
Don't even Google that and steal my point, man.
If you're looking for the configuration of a DNS for a given client, you can pull it up with command line utilities and then pull it in, with a remote command, store that somewhere. Upcoming PowerShell scanner, you can grab that data and then store it somewhere. I mean, it depends how you want to grab that data on how we can pull that in or not.
So in other words, what Chris is saying is my way is the best for points. But there's a lot of ways to do it.
We're going to split the points on that. Lex, you get one. Chris gets one as well.
We do have a KB with an example of pulling some DNS settings with a WMI scanner.
And Colby steals
And
the
Colby
points.
gets a point. I feel like Oprah. You get a point. And you get a point. Yeah. All right, guys. Possible to run varying versions on one machine, prod, beta, nightly with isolated DB setting service, local mode, excuse me. David.
This sounds like something Colby tried for fun while he wasn't even at work. He's at home.
Hey, I'm going to go with that method. Colby's going to say the answer, and I'm
You're
going to
not
add something
You're not
at the
going to
end.
be able to add to this.
I probably won't. All right,
Thank
what do you got,
Colby.
man?
No, it's not really possible. You might be able to mess around with like some sandboxing stuff, but there's nothing that we support. What we recommend is just like spin up a new VM for it.
I agree with Colby. A new VM would be the way to go.
Maybe from VMware.
Yeah, or possibly any other way to spin up a VM.
Here, I'll play the Lex game. Why is what I want to know. Like, why do you want them all installed? Is there just because you're curious without wanting to have a separate VM? Just something to think about.
Maybe you
If
want
there's
to test the beta and not do it in production, but you like the machine it's on.
Right, and so I'd be curious to know what the use case would be, just for.
Instead of just putting on another VM.
Yeah, I'd like to know.
Good
David
point, good
thanks
point.
Colby, so I'm pretty sure he's getting the point.
No, I'm not getting a point. Just curious.
We're not even going to ask. Next question.
No points.
No points.
All right, guys. Is there a way to remove duplicate computers from inventory? Sincerely, Yeet Lord.
Did you say Star-Lord?
No, he did not.
Oh, okay.
We don't.
I was like, whoa, time out. I know that reference. I saw the Guardians of the Galaxy ones. Duplicates? Is there a way to do it? Here, let's add a computer. Watch this. Add computer by name. Type in ABBA. Add. Oh, never mind. My method's not working. No points for me. Next.
So, if you have duplicates in there, it means it's pulling that information from somewhere.
Somewhere, that's true.
It sounds like, because if you have the AD sync set up and that's correct, it will remove once we're not there. As far as if you're getting, I'm more curious how you're getting duplicates in there.
I'd be curious to know if the actual short name is different, or if you have like one that actually has it's a work group machine that has a name, and you have the FQDN that's very similar of another machine. I mean, there's what is duplicate about those machines?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, to automatically remove, we don't have anything automatically removes except for Active Directory. So
Sure.
if there's duplicates in Active Directory, that's what's pulling it in. Then it's going to keep in there.
Yeah.
No.
Anybody?
No.
Points?
No. I'm shamefully shaking my head now.
All right, everybody's just giving that one up. Okay.
All right, everyone drink.
That's good.
He's stumped.
Everyone drinks? All right. I'm empty.
All right, pointless people. When you create a package, how do you select other icons other than the default package icon? Sincerely, Dylan R.
We already got a new package.
Item appearance. Oh, you want me to highlight it?
Yes, thank you. I was waiting for you to highlight that. Or you can hit Control-Shift-F2. And then you can pick the, what was that one? The stapler
The stapler.
from last time.
Yep.
The ever popular Milton.
The Milton.
All right, who got the points on that one?
Who wants
Shane.
it?
I think
Shane gets them.
Shane.
Shane's gonna win this one.
who added the stapler?
I was going to say Milton, right?
I think that was Adam. Maybe Adam gets.
Adam
points
gets
on
the
that.
point.
All right, Adam's on the board now. Guys, can you add custom fields to display, printers, etc.? Sincerely, A.
While he's bringing up in the product, you can build custom fields. The challenge is having it fill out that data with it. Is you're probably going to have to build your own unique scanner that automatically fills that out, or he's bringing that up right now. So we can build the field, no problem. Filling it out, it depends on what you're looking to add, and you're going to have to find a way to get that in yourself.
So yeah, you can add it. Here's where I steal the point. You can add it. Getting the data in there is kind of up to you at that point. You can import it.
All right, 1 point for adding, and then 1 point taken away for putting a space in.
Well, come on, man. You know I type bad. If I have to lose points every time I type, I can't play.
I'm going to call.
You lose every month.
I'm going to call it that we do have some blogs or some documentation out there that does walk you through how to do it for information that's not in inventory that you want to bring in using the custom fields import wizard, because you can do that from the command line. So you can actually script this out, and hey, Chris, hey, scripting, yay. But I mean, that take a look at those. That'll probably get you where you want to be, and can get that into those custom fields far easier than you may expect. So
That sounds like Chris for the steal.
Yeah. Well, Colby's about to post the link of the blogs.
So they're going to get points. We try to answer it, and they're going to get points. Chip.
I gave Jordan a point.
Right.
It's a pity point.
This is
It's
like
a pity point.
This is like a whose line is it anyway? The scoring's random and the points don't matter.
the Scotch is good. The
but
points
they
don't
do.
matter.
They do.
They do matter.
And our final question of the day, you guys should totally develop your own help desk application. PDQ Help Desk rocks. Dylan R.
Hey, if I were to develop... Okay, I want points for this because you guys are going to love this. When I...
Starting it off with I want points.
I
is a
want
good
points.
start.
All right, so when I develop the help desk software, the first thing it's going to do is disable the end user's phone so they can't call me. Chris has got his hand up. You can't add to that, can you?
Feature
That's
not a bug.
awesome.
No, I'm not adding to that. I'm actually legitimately and genuinely saying I'd like to understand why you're saying that. What is it about help desk that you do not like, or what is it that you're trying to solve? I would actually like to hear that. I'd like to know that
That
information.
actually is a good question.
Yes,
What do
so-
you want it to do?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Like, what complications are you looking to smooth out that you think that we could help with on that?
Yeah, is it just this burning rage for given help desk product because it stubbed your toe on it, or is it there's a reason that it doesn't do something that you want it to do? I'd actually genuinely like to know. So
That
anyway,
is-
Yeah, please send in what you're looking for. That'd be awesome.
As cool as my answer is, I think Chris should get that one.
Yeah.
I didn't really answer it.
Mine wasn't really an answer either. It was just an opinion.
I guess for a full answer, we don't currently have a PDQ help desk application on the roadmap. Yeah.
All right. So today, guys, you're gonna have to see us this big on
Yep.
the. Hey, appreciate you guys watching. I'm afraid I lost again, so I'm not even gonna ask for who won.
The important thing is we kept our cool and didn't freak out about point distribution.
As long as everyone has fun,
That's right.
that's what matters.
Do you guys really want the? Let me give you the results.
Really?
All right, here we go.
Here comes the shame.
No, just bear with me here. Adam has some points. Shane has a few more. Lex has a few more than that. Jordan has a few more points. Then Chris has even more points, and then Colby has all the points.
Whoa.
No.
I barely beat two guys who aren't here.
Yep.
And to the shock of nobody, Colby wins.
Hooray!
Well, thank you guys for watching. I'm Lex.
I'm Jordan with PQ.com.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining our webcast today. Congratulations going out to Dylan R. and David R. No relations, I think. Winners of PDQ swag, send us your info at webcast@pdq.com. Thanks again for joining the webcast, and we'll see you back here next week.